What is going on, guys? This is Doug with 4-Wheel Drive Trek, and we got Tyrell, and we are finally starting his Tacoma build. It's going to be a 95.5 going up to approximately like 2001, but they're all very, very similar. We've got a 2¼ inch lift from Old Man Emu. So we got the springs, we got some pucks in the front, so we're just going to lift it up ever so slightly there, and hopefully we bring the entire vehicle up about 2 inches or so. For eventually we're going to be throwing some bigger tires on this thing and taking it out wheeling. I mean, there's not much to it. We're going to start rolling this truck on in and get to it.
Heck yeah.
Little does he know, we also bought him wheels and tires. His family pitched in, Buddy Corbin and I, we all pitched in, and we picked him up some wheels and tires about a month ago. And his birthday's coming up in like a week, so yeah. We're gonna measure out what the height is. See if this is truly a 2¼ inch lift. 34.5. 35. Unfortunately, my garage is not long enough because I have my water heater in this corner and the Mustang's taking up the other side. So we're gonna have to hang his truck out of the garage. It's sitting at 32, 33 degrees right now, so it's gonna be a cold day. We got these massive jack stands underneath there on the very lowest setting. Now that the truck's gonna be supported, we're gonna take off the other wheel and then we're gonna drop that axle down so they don't have the full droop on there. So there's no pressure left on these springs. So that's pretty bad. 270,000 miles on this 95 Tacoma. It is 2012, so math skills puts it at 27 years old.
It's 2012.
Oh, let me review that one. This is a 95 Tacoma, and it is currently 2012, so that puts it at
It's not 2012.
I did it again! Why couldn't I speak? This is a 95 Tacoma, and it is 2022. That puts it at 27 years old, and these springs are... They got like a negative bow to them. So,
It's gonna be a nice upgrade.
let's put the bigger springs on here.
Oh, it's a bolt? What's that? Oh, no, it's not.
So we're going to be pulling the U-bolts off first, so it's going to alleviate some tension off the springs. Cool thing about Toyota is they're very simple. It is a 19mm for U-bolts, for the rear shackle, and for the front bolts for the spring. 19mm for all of it, so that's super duper easy. And throw the impact and just get it done. So we're opting to remove the spare tire to get it out of the way so we can use an impact gun on the rear springs. Tire's too big, impact gun is too big, so that's going to give us a lot more clearance to get those bolts out that have been on there for decades.
Long time.
Now the fun part, getting the bolts out of the leaf springs. The rest were pretty easy because it's just metal on metal, but the leaf springs have bushings inside of them that deteriorate over time, especially if you're using a lot of weight and flexing a lot and, you know, all the miles. So, I mean, here's to hoping. Let's see if we can get these guys out. These top ones here have 2 nuts on them. What you're going to do, what you're going to do is take both of these nuts off first, and then this entire plate is actually going to come away from the spring, and then the spring is going to slide inward towards the center of the vehicle. We're going to work on the front of the spring first. That's just going to be one 19mm bolt and nut that you have to pull off. That's going to be the hard one.
Yeah!
That's not the hard part. If you are quite unsuccessful like we are, we're gonna throw a torch on here, hopefully heat it up and break loose some of that rubber inside the bushing. Bear in mind that when you do this, it is a rubber bushing on the inside that you can catch on fire. So have a fire extinguisher ready and on hand just in case. So, fire didn't work. Fire?
No fire.
He's gonna start cutting these bolts out. I'm gonna run up to the local store and get some new bolts just to throw through the center there.
Sawzall wasn't working, so. Boom! That's how it's done. It's out.
Holy cow. That is a huge difference on how much spring there is on there. Obviously there's more spring, but dang. How much more lift is coming out of this is going to be awesome. Now that we got basically everything's all ready, we drop the axle down a little bit more. We're going to put the new spring basically up underneath and do everything in reverse, which is going to be a little bit of fun, but very simple and easy, straightforward there. So I was mistaken a little bit earlier, my apologies. The springs and some of the kit is from Old Man Emu. These are actually Rough Country shocks. I'll make sure and link every single one of these items in the description below for you so you can click on and buy the whole kit if you really want to. So we opted to get a longer brake line as well because, you know, the more downward travel, the longer suspension. So 3" longer than stock, and he's just putting that in right now. You sure you did a 2.5" lift?
Yeah.
Okay, that is sitting really high. One thing to remember though, once the front comes up, the back end's gonna drop a little bit because it's, you know, tilted a lot forward. So we're looking forward to that, hopefully leveling out a lot. Spun it around so we can start working on the front end. Front end should be a lot easier. It's just coil spring spacers, so lift it up, disconnect like 4 bolts, put spacers on, put it right back up. On top, we are going to be throwing these guys here. It's just a little bit of a lift to add in a little extra, you know, lift. It is a cheap way for the front ones without doing all new control arms and things like that, which eventually will probably happen. These, however, they do screw in, so it's not just you have longer bolts. They actually bolt into the entire assembly and then bolt all together. So it's a cheaper way, but it's the safe, cheaper way. So that's what we're doing now.
I'm just scraping the thread. So.
Unfortunately, it's a little dark outside, so we're not going to do any measurements tonight, but we'll do that tomorrow morning. And yeah, I'm excited to see what this thing looks like and the height that it's going to be sitting at. Hopefully those front spacers added up that extra little bit that we needed. Okay, he is on his way right now to come pick up the tires. That, thanks to Corbin and grandma, sister, and mom and dad for all pitching in for it. We got him the tires and we are set up. I got him new lug nuts because he needs new lug nuts and wheel spacers. So he is set and here he comes. All right.
No idea.
It wasn't Just me.
Happy birthday! What?
Corbin pitched in, Selena pitched in, Grandma, Dad, Mom.
Happy birthday,
Bro.
So we got some work to do, Ty.
That's crazy.
All right, not quite next day. We had a lot of stuff happen, so this actually has settled a little bit, but from everything we've read, Old Man Emu settles over the course of about 3 weeks. So we're gonna take a look and see the different heights here. 36.5 inches here. And the rear is sitting a little higher.
It's at 40, almost 40.
39.5 inches. So obviously it is slightly raked in the rear, but it's already settled about half an inch in the past, I don't know, weeks. So we have a bunch of tires to throw in the back of the truck to help weight it down. So let's throw these guys on and get rid of these old guys. And there we go. Those tires look so much better. They are the Milestar Patagonia 33-inch tires. Technically, they're 285 by 75 R16s. Did have to do a little bit of trimming. A little bit on the back side here, a little bit on the front side here. Otherwise, when you're turning, you're going to hit them. But man, look at these things. They look so good, so much better. And that's going to do it for our install today. If you liked the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see a little bit more of the Mustang build, because it is not stock anymore, definitely click right here in the video, and we're going to see you guys next time.